Roanoke Valley 252. How you doing out there? You're locked in with 4 Downs with Coach D radio show here on the all-new ESPN 102.7 FM, streaming online, bigsportsradio.com. And yes, it's me, Coach D, live here from the beautiful Hilton Garden Inn Hotel here off the Highway 125 here in the big town of Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina. And if you're looking to find me, you can go to Facebook. I got a new Facebook page, by the way. It's called the new 4 Downs Coach D radio show. I'm on IG as well, Instagram as the young folks like to call it, 4 Downs Coach D. And I'm also on Twitter, Coach D252. So go up there, share my post, like my post, retweet it, do whatever you got to do. Share the love, and I'll be sure to share it right back every day, all day on 4 Downs Coach D. So I want to get into my quick opening statement, and I want to talk about being resilient. You know, being resilient, being able to withstand and recover quickly from difficult situations and outcomes that come throughout life. You know, we tend to go through a lot, and some people can let it bring them down, and some people can be resilient and fight through. And I'm talking about the people that's suffered with Hurricane Florence, not much so in this area, but the people down by the coast, Wilmington, New Bern area. You know, our prayers are still with them, and they are a resilient bunch. They are resilient, and I believe they will pull through. And I believe in this area we will pull through with any outcomes as long as we keep our mind focused on a singular goal to achieve the best we can achieve. In 3 words: being tough, being strong, and being ready. Being tough, being strong, being ready. That's in the classroom, on the field of play, at church, home, wherever. Being tough, being strong, and being ready to go. So that's just a quick opening statement, just talking about being resilient. So this morning I called this the Halifax Academy Takeover here at 4 Downs Coach D radio show. And I have a trio of stars with me this morning. And I'm going to get to the first 2 guys. Well, actually, I'll give all 3 of them. I have with me the senior quarterback for the Halifax Academy Vikings. And forgive me, I don't want to mess that name up. Me and him just talked about it off air. Cameron Podrunchny, right?
Podrunchny.
Podrunchny. I'm just going to call you Cam.
That's
Cam.
good.
I don't want to mess it up. But also I have the senior wide receiver / Mr. Everything, Mr. Harrison Hardee. How you doing this morning?
Good, how about you?
And also going to have with me on my next segment, Mr. Eli Harris, the young buck, Mr. Junior, rated number 2 in the Daily Herald top player list. So, want to get to Mr. Cameron. Just want to ask both of you guys, what is 8-man football? We're all used to the 11-man game in the area. So, what is 8-man football like from both of you guys' point of view?
I would have to say it's a lot faster pace after playing 11-man football for a few years. I think 8-man is just, you have a lot more room, and it's a lot faster pace. You got to be more in shape, I think.
Yeah, and most of the time you don't have as many players so you got to stay in shape and stay on the field as much as possible.
And you guys were used to playing 11-man growing up, am I right?
I did.
Early played some 11-man, but
You've got used to the 8-man.
I was used to 8-man since JV started.
Okay. And what is it like playing at Halifax Academy?
I mean, it's fun. It's a good atmosphere. They really they cheer us on, and everybody comes out and supports us. So, I mean, it's really fun to play there.
Yeah, most of the time the whole school is always there at our games and stuff, home games, and a bunch of people travel with us too, so it's fun.
And that's one of the things that we try to encourage our community to support the youth in the area. And as we see behind us, we got the families here. They're excited for you guys. They came to travel for a radio interview, so that's a great thing. And that's what we want to see our kids have the support, not only at Halifax Academy, but all over the Roanoke Valley area. So, Mr. Cameron, I want to know, what is your leadership role on this team, being the senior quarterback?
Well, taking over at quarterback last year after we had a senior quarterback, I knew that I kind of had to be more of a leader on the team. And I had always, been on the field and stuff, especially on defense, doing a lot. So, it wasn't difficult, to take over. And so I enjoy it. I like trying to, help the team out, the best I can and, try to be a leader on the field.
And also for you, Harrison, your leadership role on this team.
I normally just help the young backs out, and me and Cameron keeps me in check, and then I keep him in check, if you could say. And I just help everybody out when they need it, and hopefully we leave some good players behind with us.
Yes, and you're locked in 4 Downs Coach D radio show here at the beautiful Hilton Garden Inn live here. 4 Downs Coach D radio show. So just want to ask both of you guys there. I saw you guys look at each other right there when you talking about kind of keep each other in check. I know good players, they like to feud sometimes. Do y'all kind of go back and forth with each other at practice every now and then?
I reckon you can say we pick on each other. Keep each other, like we push ourselves. Go back and forth and make sure we keep playing hard and getting better.
And as far as you, Cameron?
Yeah, I probably pick on Harrison a lot more than he picks on me,
Oh,
but
yeah, a lot more.
it's a back and forth.
And that's good too. You seem like you guys have a great friendship on and off the field. So want to ask you this too. What is it like playing for Coach Pete Edwards?
It's fun. All I can say, it's fun and you learn a lot. He likes to crack you up sometimes, and then sometimes he'll get on you. But we love him as a coach.
Yeah, we're always prepared, on offense, defense, no matter what, we're going to always be prepared for the game. So I love having Coach Pete as our coach.
Yes, sir.
And also too is the son combination. His son as well, the younger coach. And what does he coach? What specifics does he coach on your team?
The running backs, wide receivers, quarterbacks, any of the special skill players.
And do you see maybe a possible transition as the years go on, and maybe he will probably take over at the helm of that coaching that team?
I would think so.
Yeah, I think as long as we continue to win since they've been here. The first season was kind of rocky, but after that, we've been playing well. So I think they'll definitely want to keep them there.
Yes, and you're locked in 4 Downs Coach D radio show. And I want to take you back. To a date, August 31st. And I don't know if you remember what happened on August 31st. A certain gentleman that works on the radio with me was there. You guys played Southampton Academy. The 5 overtime game, 50-48. So what was that experience like for both of you?
That was tough, yeah.
It was crazy. It was everything you could do to take a step pretty much. But when you go that far and you put in that harder work, you just have to keep going. And you didn't want to play that whole game and lose. So we tried to do everything we could to win that game.
Yeah, always. The whole game, the score totals at the end of each quarter were the same. So, it was always close. No one ever pulled away. So just fighting the whole game all the way through, it was tough but rewarding.
And knowing that we were underdog because no one thought we were going to win it, but we thought we were going to win. You always have to have that positive look at yourself and all that.
And that's good. And that's one of the things. You think that big win right there, you think that's going to propel you as you go later on in the season?
Yes, sir, definitely.
So, and like I said, I got, that Saturday morning we came in for the show, and Mr. J. Bell was at the game, and he was telling me about it, and I happened to look it up, and I saw 5 overtimes. I was like, wow. And actually seeing some of the stats, you guys put up some awesome numbers. And before I get into the little stat part, I'm gonna go back to something we talked about beginning of the show, just the tight-knit community of Halifax Academy. What does that support do for you guys? Like seriously, because a lot of the teams, sometimes the teams in the area don't have the support like you guys. So what does it really mean, like on a personal level with both of you guys, to have that support, to look up in the stands and see mom, dad, whoever, family or friends?
It makes you feel like you're loved what you are, and it's just really nice. It's a good feeling, and it's nice to have people behind you supporting you and cheering you on, because it really helps when there's a lot of people there. It pumps you up.
Yeah, it makes the game feel more exciting, and when you're more excited, you tend to, I guess, sometimes play better because you have more motivation, and stuff. And win or lose, we always have the support there.
And that's great. That is awesome. That's an awesome thing. And like I said, I want to just encourage the people in the Roanoke Valley, support your youth. You might not have to be a family member, might not be a friend, but support the school, support the area, because you guys are the future. You guys are the future, whether it be football or whatever. You could be the next president, who knows? But we gotta have that support. So I'm gonna slide into some stats, and I wanna get to you, Mr. Cameron. to be a quarterback, you're second on your team in tackles. So do you take pride in your defense or being the quarterback?
Well, I love playing quarterback, but I'm always trying to beat Eli out for most tackles, but I can't seem to get there.
And folks, for the people that don't know, that's Eli Harrison. He'll be on in the next segment. And Mr. Harrison, you're kind of the Mr. Everything. You're able to run the ball, receive it. You're a good tackler as well, put up good numbers. So what do you take your pride in, offensive or defense?
Well, it really depends on what team we play, but I absolutely love defense. Ever since I was younger, they taught me to love defense, and it boosts me up a lot, and I love the feel of it.
So what position do you play on defense?
Corner.
You play corner. And Cameron, what do you?
I play linebacker.
And that's very rarely that you see your starting quarterback being your starting linebacker. Usually, the coach usually kind of likes to keep them in the back, corner, playing safety to keep the guys away. But you like to stick your nose in and you like to make plays.
Yes, sir.
And that's what I heard about you guys. I heard you guys love to make plays. And so as I'm looking, you guys don't throw the ball as much, but you're very efficient as a quarterback, Cameron. You're 13 for 20, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. And the QBR, as the big guys like to say, your QBR is 101.5. Did you know that?
I did not know that part of it.
Yeah, so you're very accurate as a quarterback. You also run the ball. You 18 carries, 116 yards. You did score 1 touchdown. So, and then Harrison, I don't know. You say you don't like to look at yours, right?
It's not. I just normally have 2 of my good friends. They tell me, and then when I go back and look at different things, I'll see it.
Yeah, so, you have 33 carries, 272 yards, 5 touchdowns. That's pretty good for 3 games.
Yes, sir.
And also, you can receive the ball well. Cameron only has 13 completions, but 6 of them are to you for 76 yards and 4 touchdowns. So it seems like every time you touch the ball, you score.
I reckon you could say that.
Just don't be modest. Don't be modest. You just say, you and then on defense, 16 total tackles, 8 solo, 8 assisted. So like I said, you're kind of the all-around guy.
Yes, sir.
You're kind of the all-around guy to kind of do everything guy. And let the people know for the people that don't know about Halifax Academy, let them know, maybe name a guy on the team that we haven't talked about or I haven't mentioned that maybe we need to look forward to besides you guys that I'm talking to right now.
What? Yeah, Cody Wood.
Cody Wood.
He gets his nose in there on defense.
J.C. Brown.
JC especially next year too.
Yeah.
He'll be a senior next year. He's still learning, but he's definitely going to be a good football player. He is now. So.
And for the people that don't know, I will be having a 4 Downs of Coach D all area team. And it's mighty strange that you mentioned Mr. Cody Wood because he's actually on my list probably to make that team. We'll see as the season progresses. And that's maybe somebody we can reach out to and get him on the show. I'm trying to get all these great players on the show this morning. You're locked in 4 Downs Coach D radio show live here from the beautiful Hilton Garden Inn here in the big town of Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina. So once again, I want to thank both of you guys for coming through. It's been a long time coming. Finally got you guys here. We'll be sure to check on you guys there at Halifax Academy. And once again, I want to thank all the people that came out here with them, supporting our youth. And we'll be back, 4 Downs Coach D radio show.